Hey, how's it going? My name is Eli, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to get started with EliteAlgo, show you guys exactly how to use TradingView, how to set up EliteAlgo on TradingView so you guys can get those buy and sell signals. I'm also going to show you guys how you guys can get access to our Discord server where you guys can copy the trades that we take every single day and make money that way as well while you learn to use EliteAlgo. So if you guys are ready to get started, let's get into it. Okay, so before we show you guys exactly how to set up EliteAlgo on TradingView, we want to make sure that you have joined our trading community where you guys can ask questions and get help on anything that you guys need with your EliteAlgo journey. So the first thing you guys want to do is you want to make sure you head over to our website, myelitesignals.com, right? Once you're on our website, what you want to do next is you simply just want to go to where it says join our Discord and you want to click that. Once you click that, you're going to have a pop-up come up. It's going to ask you to make a membership or an account on Discord. That's completely free. You don't have to pay for it. So make sure you guys make an account. And once you make the account, guys, your screen will look like this. You'll be part of our Discord community. Now, let me show you guys exactly how you guys can navigate the community to make it a lot easier for you to actually ask questions and get help on anything you need, or just to post your trading ideas and see what other people are saying about what at any given time. So how do you read this Discord server? Well, it's incredibly simple. Over here on the right is just where all the members are, right? So the ones that you really want to focus on are the analysts and the admins. If you have any questions, you simply just want to right click one of the admins' names, hit message, and then just type up a message. Once you type up a message like this, so I'm about to message admin Buck, hi, can I get help? And they will message you as soon as possible on the questions that you need. Now, to go back to where the server is, you simply just want to go over here on the left and click where it says Elite Signals. You click that. Now you are back inside the community. Now over here on the left toolbar, there's going to be a bunch of channels that you can join so you guys can see exactly what's happening on any given channel. So for example, right now we are currently in the general chat. So this is where people are just asking random questions and kind of just having conversations about general things. But if you want to be more specific and you want to ask a question about cryptocurrency or you want to talk about crypto, then you simply just want to join the crypto chat. It's very, very simple. Now, currently on this channels, we do not have the signals channels yet because our account hasn't been activated yet. Let me show you guys exactly how it's going to look like now once the account has been activated. Okay, so now that this account has been activated, now we see that we have access to more channels inside the Discord server. Now, these channels are mainly going to be the signal channels. A signal is basically when an analyst tells you exactly what they're trading, and you have the ability to copy his trades so you can make money on the side while trading with EliteAlgo or while you learn to trade with EliteAlgo. So, for example, right here, we can see that we just have a bunch of plays for option signals, stocks, penny stocks. We have our forex plays, and then we have our cryptocurrency plays. So every single channel will have its own signals. So for example, if we were to click right here on Canary on crypto signals, this is one of our analysts, you can see that he's been giving signals left and right on cryptocurrencies. If we go up where the option signals are, we can see we have even more signals available for options. And now these will get updated every single day, and you will get alerts whenever a analyst posts a new signal. And that's pretty simple how to use this. Second, guys, again, you can just scroll down and join the other channels and just talk and explore, and you guys can see exactly how to use the Discord. It is very simple. And again, if you ever have any questions, you can simply just go hover over to the right click on one of the admins and just send them a message. Or you can go to the left here and go down to where it says support, where it says ask questions, click on that channel and then ask your question in there. Or what you can do also is simply just go to the FAQ where we have pre-written down answers for the most frequently asked questions. Okay, so now that you know how to use the Discord server, let me show you guys exactly how you guys can use TradingView so you guys can start using EliteAlgo on this platform, guys. So when you first go to tradingview.com, it's going to look like this. From this section here, what you want to do is you want to go to the charting area. So you simply just want to go up here and click chart. Once you click chart, it's going to bring you to a page that looks like this, and it's mainly going to be blank, right? Now, I'm going to show you guys everything as fast as possible But if you want a more detailed guide, then simply just go on YouTube and type in how to use TradingView, and you'll get a very detailed guide on how to use this platform. But just for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you guys a couple things so you guys can get started with EliteAlgo right away. So over here on the right will be where you can create your watch list, right? So if you're the type of person that wants to trade crypto, then you can create a watch list specifically for crypto. If you want a watch list specifically for forex, again, what you want to do is simply just click this plus button right here, and you can start adding a bunch of forex pairs. Same with stocks or anything else that you want to trade. Now, the chart itself, it's very basic. You have your candles. Green candles means you're going up. Red candles means you're going down. We'll go further into that alongside the video. And this is where you have the price graph. So you can see the price history of what we're looking at currently, which is the New Zealand American dollar. Next, guys, over here on the left will be all the tools that you can use with TradingView. So if you want to draw a trend line, so something that looks like this, kind of a line that connects the highs and lows of the candles, it's very easy. You simply just want to click the trend line tool. If you want to draw any other type of line, these are all the ones that you have access to. It's very simple, guys. You can just take some time to explore, or again, you can go on YouTube and just type in TradingView tutorial, and it will show you a more advanced tutorial on how to use everything and every feature inside of TradingView, which is incredibly simple. Now, before we start adding EliteAlgo onto our chart, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we do not have any indicators currently on our chart. Because if you have the free version of TradingView, then you are only allowed up to 3 indicators at a time. So the first thing you want to do is you simply just want to right click anywhere on the chart, and you want to click on remove indicators. Once you do that, your chart will look like mine if you had any indicators previously on your chart. Now, if you sign up for EliteAlgo, what you want to do to get access to EliteAlgo on TradingView is you simply just want to go up here to where it says indicators and strategies. Then you want to go down to where it says invite only scripts. And then you just want to click on EliteAlgo version 19 and Elite Oscillator version 5. Now, if you do not have invite only scripts, that either means 1, you did not buy EliteAlgo. It is a private script, so you will only get access to it once you sign up for the membership. Or 2, you bought EliteAlgo and you gave us the wrong TradingView username, and we did not manage to give you access because we don't have the right information. If that happens, then you simply just want to go back to the Discord server, right click on one of the admins' names, and just message them, hey, can I get access to EliteAlgo on TradingView? I believe there was a mistake, or something like that. And then we will be able to help you out as soon as possible and give you access to it as soon as possible. Incredibly simple. Now, once you have EliteAlgo added on your chart, again, just want to click once on EliteAlgo version 19 and Elite Oscillator version 5. Your chart will look like this. Give it a second to load. So you have the oscillator here at the bottom, and then you have the buy and sell signals that you see up here. Now, before we start trading, we want to make sure that we understand every setting available inside EliteAlgo and make sure that we have it properly set up and optimized for whatever you want to trade, so you guys can get the best signals possible. Let's get into it. Okay, so now that we have EliteAlgo set up on our chart, what we want to do first is we want to make sure that we are using the right candle type, and doing so will actually make it so our signals have a better chance of hitting your take profit and just better signals overall. So the first thing we want to do, guys, is we want to make sure that we are using the Heikin-Ashi style candles. So let's go up here to where the upper toolbar is. We want to click where it says bar style, then go down to where it says Heikin-Ashi, and we want to make sure that we have this candle type selected. Once we do that, we are going to have much more accurate signals given to us by EliteAlgo. Now, later on in this video, I'm going to show you guys the settings that you guys can use in order to use the regular Japanese style candles. But just for now, we're going to have it on Heikin-Ashi, and we're going to have these candles and these signals present on our chart. Okay, so now that we have EliteAlgo properly set up on TradingView and we're using the proper type of candle right now, what we want to do next is we're going to show you guys exactly every single feature that's included inside EliteAlgo and how to use every single feature in the algo also. So let's get into that. So the first thing you want to do in order to access the settings for EliteAlgo, it's very simple. There's 2 different ways to do it. You can either go up here to where it says EliteAlgo version 19 by myelitesignals.com and just click this gear icon, Once you click this gear icon, this box will appear, and this is where all the EliteAlgo settings are. Or you can do method number 2, is simply just right click one of these signals, go down to settings, and the same box will appear this way again. So these are the 2 different ways that you guys can access the EliteAlgo settings. Okay, so now that we know exactly how to bring up the settings for EliteAlgo, let's go over the first setting for EliteAlgo, which is the Elite dashboard. Now what we want to do is we simply just want to make sure that it is enabled if we want to use it. If you do not want to use it, you want to make sure that this is unchecked and it is not enabled. Again, if you want to use it, click it on. It's that simple. Now over here, we have the advanced dashboard and we have the simple one. The only difference is just how much information you want it to display. It's completely preference on how you want to use it. There's no right or wrong way to use this setting. So for now, we're just going to keep it on the advanced dashboard. And at the bottom here, where it says dashboard distance, this is just how far left or right would you like this dashboard to be on your chart. So now that we have it activated, let me show you exactly how it looks like on the chart. So over here, if we look this way, this is the dashboard, this information box that you see right here. So this dashboard will do a couple things. It will tell you what the current strategy is. So we're using the normal strategy currently. It will tell you what your current sensitivity is, as well as if the current position is a sell, and if the current position is bearish or bullish, and a couple more things, information like the price condition, the volume, and volatility. Volatility basically means if it's trending or ranging. We do not want to be trading when it says ranging. This is very important. Okay, guys? And at the bottom here where it says time frame trends, it's basically just telling you exactly every single time frame, is it bearish or is it bullish? Super simple. So right now we can see that every single time frame available on TradingView, so the 1 minute all the way up to the daily, is currently bearish. Now, what does this mean? This means that we want to make sure that we are not trading against a trend. So if we see a buy signal pop up here, we want to completely ignore that signal, because there's a high likelihood that that buy signal will not go far enough into your take profit for you to actually make money, and it will just reverse back down and produce another sell signal. So one of the biggest rules with EliteAlgo, and this is a tip that we'll talk about later, is to always trade with the trend. And the simple way to do it, guys, is if you see that it's completely red here, then we only want to follow the sell signals. That simple. If we see that it's completely green, where it's saying bullish, then we only want to follow the buy signals. This is a very, very simple rule that will help you tremendously with your trading. Okay, so now that we understand exactly how to use the dashboard, we're just going to go ahead and remove it, and we're going to talk about the other features included in the algo. So if we go back into the settings, simply just uncheck where it says enable dashboard, and that's going to remove it off our chart. Very simple. So next we want to talk about the bread and butter of the algorithm, which is the buy and sell signals, right? Let me show you guys exactly how to use those. So over here, this button that says show signals, you can uncheck this if you want to remove the buy and sell signals, or you can leave it checked on if you want to receive the buy and sell signals. It's completely up to you. There's other strategies included inside EliteAlgo that don't revolve around buy and sell signals. So we're going to show you guys later on in the video those strategies I'm talking about. But for now, we're going to keep them on, and we're going to talk about exactly how to use these buy and sell signals. So for now, we're just going to keep it under the normal strategy. We're going to go ahead and explain these 2 other strategies in just a second. But right now, we have the normal strategy, and we have the sensitivity of 1.4. So what does sensitivity mean? Sensitivity basically means how fast or slow you want these signals to appear, and how much confirmation or lack of confirmation would you like for these signals. The lower this number, so if we were to lower this number, it would produce more signals on the chart and faster signals on the chart, but they'll have less confirmation, meaning that there's more opportunity for false signals. This is very important. So what you want to do is you want to try to find a balance between fast and false signals, right? We don't want false signals on our chart. So what we want to do is we want to try and find the optimum setting. Now, in my experience, having a sensitivity of 1.1 to 1.4 is usually where you want to be when it comes to trading with the Heikin Ashi style candles. Now, like I talked about earlier in the video, if you want to use the regular Japanese style candles, what you want to do is you want to make sure that this sensitivity is at least 3 or higher, right? If you're using regular Japanese candles, I recommend, from my personal experience, using 3 sensitivity or a 6 sensitivity. Now you can go ahead and check that out yourself, see which one you like better to determine which one you want to use yourself. But for now, because I like to trade on Heikin style candles, I'm just going to leave it at 1.3 for now. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how to use these buy and sell signals. So if we close this settings box right here, now we see that we have buy and sell signals listed on our chart. Now, I see this mistake a lot, so I'm going to go over this right now and show you guys exactly when you should be trading with these signals, right? So what we recommend is we recommend that you try and only trade the smart signals. So the ones that have smart sell or smart buy. This is very important because, again, it's helping you trade with the trend. And if you're trading with the trend, it will increase your win rate. And that's when you'll be able to achieve that 60, 70, 80% win rate when you're using these signals, right? So for example, right here, we got a smart sell. What we want to do is we want to make sure that this candle closes and then enter on the next candle. So let me show you. We're going to go ahead and grab the arrow tool. And we're going to show you that you do not want to be trading on the candle with the signal on it. What you want to do is you want to wait till the next candle, and that's the one you place your trade on. So over here, we can see that this is the next candle, which means that this right here is actually the candle that we want to trade on, right? That's the confirmation. Now, what happens if you do not wait for the next candle? This candle here could be debating whether or not it's a sell, and what can happen is that this signal can disappear. We do not want that to happen. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that this sell signal, it's still valid once this candle closes. If it's still here, once that candle closes, that signal will stay there forever. And that means that this trade has been confirmed and you should take this trade. Okay, so now let me show you guys the same exact chart, which is on a different sensitivity. So you guys can kind of get an understanding of what the sensitivity setting does to the algo. So if we go up here to where it says settings again, go back to this section, and under sensitivity, we just want to change it to something else. So let's say we change it to 6, which is a very high sensitivity, which means that it will block out a lot of false signals because it's going to ask for a lot of confirmations before giving you the signal. So if we press OK now, you're going to see that it changed the entire signals. We no longer have these buy and sell signals that we had previously over here, and instead we just have this one gigantic sell signal that we could have taken and made a major profit on, right? So for these buy and sell signals and sensitivity, it is preference, guys. There is no best or worst or better. What there is which one do you like best? Which one matches your trading style best? And then you can use that. My recommendation is to, again, always go into a demo account, practice for a week or two, determine which strategy you want to use, which sensitivity you want to use, and then go from there on your real account once you feel comfortable making money on a demo, and then translate that into a live account, guys. This is very important. Okay, so now that we understand what the normal strategy is, let me show you guys the new strategy. So over here, we're gonna go back to the settings, and under strategy mode, we're just gonna select new. Then we're just gonna bring it back to the default settings for this video. Again, it's up to you what sensitivity you want to use, but for the sake of this video, we're just going to bring it back to default just so we can explain it a little better, and we're going to press OK. Now, unlike the regular settings, what we're going to do now, we're just going to wait for it to load. Now, unlike the normal settings, this is a little bit different. You do not have to wait until the next candle comes, which means that instead of having to wait until this candle right here to take the trade, you can take the trade on the actual candle that the signal came on, right? So over here, we can take the trade right there on this candle. And again, right here on this candle, we can take the trade here. This is the difference between the new version and the normal version, right? But again, we do not want to be following the signals that don't say smart signals. So we want to make sure that we are always following the smart sells and the smart buys. This is very important because we still want to be trading with the trend only. This is one of the biggest advice I can give you, and I will not stop repeating this throughout the whole course. Okay, same thing just like the other one. If we go up here to settings, we can change the sensitivity to whatever we want. And so if you want to have a sensitivity of 6, we can just type in 6 or 3 or 2. It's up to you to determine which one you like best. Again, I personally like using 1.1 to 1.4. That's my preference. You guys can check out what you like. Okay, so one last setting we want to talk about for the new strategy is right here where it says candle confirmations. So over here, we have right now set to 1. By default, it is going to be set to 2. This is completely preference, again, to what you like best. Pick the one that gives you the best signals. So keep it between 1 and 2. Don't go higher than 2. Just keep it between 1 and 2 and see the one that you like best and gives you the best signals. Pretty straightforward. That's about it. Next, guys, what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about the trend scalper mode. So if we go over here into where it says strategy, go back to where it says trend scalper, we're going to turn that on and press OK. Now, with trend scalper mode, unlike the normal strategy and the new strategy, this mode does not give you signals. It does not give you buy and sell signals. Instead, what it does is it gives you a cloud that you can use alongside certain strategies to help you with your trading. So for example, over here that we can see that it was a green cloud before turning red. When it turns red, that basically means that the price now is bearish and you can consider taking a sell position. So over here, if we want to sell, we would trade once this cloud turned red and we can follow that trade going downwards. So if we go back up here, we can see that the price was under a red cloud and then switched to green. When it switched to a green cloud, this is when we could have entered a buy position under this strategy. Now, this is a little bit more advanced. I recommend not using this strategy if you're a new trader and just stick to the normal or new mode if you're a new trader. This is very important. But if you like trading stuff like price action, or you like trading with trend lines, support resistance, or other indicators like Fibonacci retracements, or any of those type of indicators, then trend mode will be amazing for you. So you guys can give it a try if you're a little more intermediate or advanced and you're already trading with specific strategies like price action, trend lines, support resistance, Fibonacci, etc. Okay, so next we are going to talk about the filters. So these filters that you see right here. In order to use these filters, we want to make sure that the strategy mode is under new or normal. Very important. So we're going to go back onto the normal strategy, sorry. Okay, and then we're going to talk about what every single one of these filters do. So the first one we're going to talk about is consolidation signals filter. So if we turn this on, what's going to happen is that EliteAlgo is going to try to void out every single signal that happens when the chart is currently consolidating, right? So we can see right here that we had a sell signal that was voided out. So if we go back and turn it off, and we just want to pay attention, guys, to these area right here, right? Pay attention to this area. You can see that with turning this off, we had a sell signal that was voided, right? Once you turn on consolidation filtering. This basically does is that if the price is currently in a consolidation, which we should never be trading when the price is currently consolidating, and the algo gives you a buy or sell signal, that signal will be voided out. So it will not show up on the chart, right? So then you have to wait until the next signal to see if that one's gonna be good or not, right? So it depends on if it's a smart buy or smart sell or all these other factors. But this right here will kind of void the signals if the price was currently consolidating during the time of the signal, right? Very important. Now, if we turn this off, we can use the other filters. So this one right here is one of my favorites. It's the smart signals only. So again, just like earlier in the video where I was telling you guys that you should be focusing on the smart signals only to increase your win rate. You can do this very simply, guys, by simply just checking this on. And now what's going to happen is that it's going to void out every signal that's not a smart signal, right? So we can see over here that if we close this now, we have only smart signals available on our chart. And this is where you can start entering your trades. So for example, right here, you were to take this trade right here, let's say this one right here, and you have your stop loss set, let's say at the last swing high, so right above this last section. Now what you can do is you can simply just have less things and less noise on your chart, so you guys can stay in the trade a little bit longer, and you can see that every single one of these earlier buys are not there anymore to give you, again, less information. Sometimes there's too much information on a chart and that can leave you to taking bad trades. So that's why you can turn on that filter, and now you know, okay, this price is going to keep going down because we got 3 smart sell signals. So eventually that's going to hit our take profit, which it ended up doing just like that. Very simple, guys. Now, if we go back into the settings icon, what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about the other filters. So this one right here, candle colors, very simple. All it does is just change the colors of the candles to match the buy and sell signals. Extremely simple, not really that important. Underneath it is actually a very good setting that I like to use myself. It's called momentum candles. Now what this does is it turns the candles a purple or blue color whenever there's strong momentum and wants you to stay in a trade a little bit longer. So for example, over here, if we zoom in, we can see that these candles were purple. Whenever the candle is purple and you're already in a sell or buy position, so let's say, for example, right here, you took this smart sell signal and then the candles turn purple. That basically just means stay in the trade as long as possible because right now that price is guaranteed to keep going down. Simple as that. And then when the candles become just red again and they're not purple or blue, that means there's loss of momentum. So that might be an area where you can start taking profit or wait until it catches momentum again, just like it did over here, and the price started going back down again. It's a very useful feature that we talk about a lot in our other strategy videos that we'll link at the bottom of this video. So right now we're only talking about the features, but there's specific strategies that you guys can use with EliteAlgo that's made by me or our team, and we'll show you guys in the description down below. You guys can click those strategy videos and just watch those. But again, let's get going and talk about the other features available inside EliteAlgo. So over here, we have the last filter, high volume signals only. Now, basically what this means is that the algo will try to filter out any signals that happen that aren't in a high volume state. So if we turn this on, press OK, you might see a couple of these signals disappear in just 1 second. Again, you see right here. So we had a bunch of signals up here when the volume wasn't necessarily there. So it voided those signals out. This is completely preference. Again, you don't have to use it if you don't want to, but this is just another feature that you guys can use and implement your trading if you like it. We're gonna turn this back off. And now we're gonna talk about the risk management settings in a second. All right, let's talk about the risk management settings that are super important for you to actually be successful with EliteAlgo. So if we go back up here to where the settings area is, then go down to the risk management settings. These are going to be your risk management settings. Now, the first I want to talk about is one of the most important ones is the enable take profit and stop loss areas. You should be always using take profits and stop loss whenever you trade. This is very important, and every single trade that you take needs to have a stop loss and a take profit set in place because that is how you protect your account. So over here, we're going to enable this on, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to use it. So once we have it enabled, guys, what's going to happen is that it's going to give you the stop loss and take profit levels for the last signal generated, right? So the last signal generated was this smart sell signal right here. And we can see that the algo is telling you where your stop loss should be and where your take profits should be. This is very important. Now what you can do here is you can simply just enter these values into your MT4 or other broker that you're looking to trade on, and that's how you're going to be using these values and these lines right here for your stop loss and take profit. Extremely simple. So we're looking at Bitcoin right now, for example. Our stop loss for this last trade was at 41,575, and our first take profit was at 34,160. So you guys can kind of understand exactly how to use that. Now what you can do, if you like to customize this setting here and you like having bigger take profits, is you can simply just go over here to where the settings area is, and you can just increase these numbers. So your first take profit, you can increase it to a 2-to-1 reward ratio or a 3 or 4. And now you can see here that these take profit zones will move down and you have bigger take profit zone levels. It's completely up to you and how you like trading it. Or if you just want to have one take profit, you can just uncheck these, and you can see that it's going to remove the bottom 2 take profit levels here on this short trade. And very simple, it's going to look like that. Super simple, super easy. Now, I know this for a fact. Some of you guys are going to ask, why is the take profit underneath the stop loss, right? A lot of you guys don't know that you guys can make money predicting that the price of a certain asset is going to fall. This is called shorting. Now, if you guys don't understand what shorting is, I recommend just going on Google and type in shorting or how to trade short trades or something like that, and it'll pop up. You'll have a quick tutorial on YouTube. Just go ahead and watch that, and you'll understand how to make money predicting the price going down. That's it. Okay, so now that we've talked about the stop loss and take profit levels, let's go into the other settings that we have for the risk management section. So we're going to go back over here. We're just going to disable, enable, take profit, and stop loss areas for now, just so we can enable other stuff and show you guys how that looks like. The first one I want to talk about is the enable trailing stop loss. Now, what's the difference between a stop loss and a trailing stop loss? Very simple. Let me show you. Just give it a second to load on a chart so I can show you as a demonstration. Now, if you're in a sell signal, you're going to have a red line. This is your trailing stop loss. This is telling you exactly where your stop loss should be as the price goes down or as the price goes up. Over here, as you can see, the green line is going up for the buy signals, where your stop loss should be. So for example, if we were following the rules of a trailing stop loss, we can see that if we took this smart buy signal right here, we would get out of trade in this area right there once the price broke this line right there, guys. Right, that would be the area where we get out that trade. So you guys can use this type of trading as well to maximize the amount of money you can make when trading. Very, very simple. Now, for these lines, you can make them tighter or bigger. It's up to you. So if you go back to the settings and you see at the bottom where it says trailing stop loss percentage, you can click that. And if you want to make it tighter, you can reduce this number. So right now it's at 1, but if we did like 0.5, what happens is that it reduced the trailing stop loss, so you have a tighter stop loss now. So for example, you can see it's gone a lot tighter. And if you're trying to get the best sweet spot, 0.75, let's try that. Press OK. Let's see what it gives us moving forward here. Let it load a bit. Boom. Now we have a very tight trailing stop loss that we can use on our trade. So for example, right here, we have the smart sell signal, and it still hasn't crossed this line yet, so we'd stay in that trade as long as possible. It's that simple, guys. It's not very hard to use, and that's it for the trailing stop loss. Okay, so now let's talk about the final feature available in the risk management section of the algo, which is the enable swing highs and swing lows. So if you press this button right here, what's going to happen is that now it's going to start telling you on your chart whenever a new high or a new low has happened, or if you have a new lower low or lower high, pretty much all that information right there in your chart. So for example, right now, we can see that over here, we had 3 higher highs, right? It's kind of telling you exactly what's happening on the chart. We can see that we had a lower low here. These little icons help you determine areas where you might see potential reversals or key areas, or even areas where you can place trend lines and all that kind of stuff. Very important, very useful strategy that we use in our strategies when using EliteAlgo. Again, we are going to link strategy videos in the bottom, so make sure you watch those at the end of this video. Okay, so we've talked about the dashboard. We've talked about the buy and sell signals and all the filters for it. We've talked about the risk management settings. Now let's talk about the other features available in EliteAlgo, the ones that really help you as visual aids for when you're trading, right? Which is the trend cloud, trend lines, support resistance, and the consolidation zones. Let me show you guys exactly what every single one of these features do. Okay, so the first one I'll talk about is the trend cloud. Now, what is a trend cloud? Let me show you. So if you turn on this section right here where it says show trend cloud, and then you can have a setting for long-term or short-term. This is preference on which one you like best. But for this example, we're just going to keep it on the long-term trend cloud. What's going to happen is that it's going to give you a red cloud whenever the price is bearish. So this is kind of, again, a visual aid to help you see what the overall long-term trend is and help you jump on that trend. So for example, right now, we can see that on this forex pair, the British pound American dollar, the price is currently bearish, so we should only be looking to trade these sell signals, right? And we should look to ignore and avoid trading these buy signals. This again will help you increase your win rate. So what could have happened here is that you could have taken 5 trades that would not have went your way, and that was completely saved, and you did not have to go through that because you have been in a red trend cloud, and you would have taken these trades instead, right? These short trades, and they would have all resulted in hitting take profit. So your win rate right here would have been tremendous. Now, if we were to look over here, we can see that in this area, we had a green trend cloud, which basically means that we want to ignore these sell signals and only take these buy signals, which would have both again resulted in hitting take profit because you're trading with the trend at that time. It's extremely simple to use, and this is something I highly recommend turning on if you're a beginner trader. But again, we have more strategy videos on exactly how to use this and incorporate it into strategies right down in the link below. Watch that once you're done this video. One more thing I forgot to mention about the trend clouds is that at the bottom here, we have this filter that says trend only signals. Now what this does, if you check it on and then press OK, it will void out all the signals that go against this cloud. So for example, this cloud right now is red, which means it's bearish. So it's going to void out every single buy signal that you see over here. And if we were to go over here to where the trend cloud was bullish, so it was green, you can see that it voided out the sell signals that were previously here on this chart. What this does is it kind of helps prevent trades again and less clutter on your screen, which leads to less confusion. This is very important. The least confused, the better, right? So it makes it less confusing and just makes the chart a lot less cluttered. And this is very important when it comes to trading, just to keep it simple as possible. Okay, so speaking of trend cloud, we ended up doing an update while I was making this course. So I'm making this clip right now and adding it to the course. I'm showing you guys the changes we made to the trend cloud. So we ended up actually adding another trend cloud into EliteAlgo. So just like previously, in the last couple of minutes, you saw that we had the short term and the long term. Now we also have the new trend cloud, which acts the same as the old ones, but a little bit different in terms of how it's calculated. So let me show you exactly how that looks like on the chart. So if we have the new trend cloud selected and we press OK, now the trend cloud is going to look like this, right? Now, with this new trend cloud, there's a couple things that we have to note, okay? If the trend cloud is green, that means we are currently in a bullish position. If the trend cloud is thicker, so as you see over here, for example, it was green, but it was really thin, and then it got thicker and thicker, and that means that the trend is actually getting stronger and stronger. And when that thickness starts to reduce, that means the trend is now dying, and it could turn into a bearish trend. It's very simple to use, and the way you want to use it is very simple. So if you have a green trend cloud, again, you only want to be following the buy signals, but you also want the buy signals to be on top of the green trend cloud. So if you're getting a buy signal that's underneath the cloud, like around this area right here, for example, then we want to ignore that signal, right? And the same thing if we're looking at a bearish trend cloud, like here, for example, you're going to see that EliteAlgo is going to give you a bearish trend cloud. Give it 1 second. And right there, you can see that we have these sell signals, and they're smart sells, and they were underneath the trend cloud, which means they're good. If these sell signals were above it, like around this area, then we would look to ignore these sell signals because they are above the red trend cloud. And over here, as we can see with the green one, it's very simple to use, guys, very accurate, and this is exactly why we added it into the algo. Enjoy the rest of the course. All right, so now that we've talked about the trend cloud, let's go ahead and turn it off, and let's talk about the other features, again, available inside EliteAlgo. Yes, there's a lot of features. So turn those off. Next, what we're going to talk about is the auto trend lines. So if we enable this, what's going to happen is that EliteAlgo will automatically draw trend lines for you on the chart. Very simple. Check this out. As soon as it loads, I'm going to show it to you. So as you can see over here, we turned off the trend cloud and we turned on trend lines. And we can see here that we have this trend line going downwards. Now, a simple way you can use this is just simply wait until the price is either at the top or bottom of a trend and take that trade. So for example, over here, we see that the price came up, touched this blue line, and then gave you a sell signal. This would be a good indication that to take that sell signal, and the price started going down after that. Again, we have more strategy videos showing you exactly step by step on how to use these specific features and specific strategies, which I will link down below in the description box. Moving on from trend clouds, we also have auto support and resistance. So we turn off the trend clouds here, turn on auto enable support resistance. What's going to happen now is that it's going to draw up support and resistance for you on the chart. So as you can see right now, we only have 2 resistance lines. So red means resistance and green will mean support, right? So Right now, there's currently no support on the chart, so we can expect this price to keep going back down as far as possible. But that's basically how we use the auto support resistance. If you do not know what support and resistance is, we have videos again, which we'll link down below in the description. All right, 2 more features left. Well, next one I want to talk about is the consolidation zones. So if we just turn on this setting right here, consolidation zones, and I would leave this at default settings unless you specifically know how to use this and you're looking for a specific strategy. I would leave it default, but for now, we're just gonna check this on and I'm gonna show you guys exactly what it does on the chart and how to interpret it. So right now, you can see that these boxes were added to our chart. Now, what this is saying is that the price in this box is consolidating. So you should not be trading at that time, right? We do not want to be trading when the price is consolidating. This is very important, right? So either wait until this consolidation is over or just go to a different chart and see what's happening over there. That's what this feature is for, and it's very useful. Now, let's talk about the last feature available over here. We're going to go ahead and turn off consolidation zones and turn on order blocks. Now, what order blocks does is it gives you supply and demand zones, right? So this is one of the trades I previously took. Let's go ahead and remove that. And we can see that we had a buy signal right there on that trade. But other than that, we can see we have green boxes and red boxes, and we have the gray boxes. Now, what the green boxes represent is a very strong demand area. So if the price comes down into a green area, there's a very high likelihood that the price is going to start going up and make new highs or hit your take profit if you have a take profit set. If it's red, there's a very high likelihood that the price is going to start following around that area, right? So we see that the price over here has gone up into a red zone. So I can expect the price to come back down to another green zone or another gray zone. Now, what the gray zones mean is they are green or red boxes that hold less weight. So they hold less significance, right? So you can see something happen around that area, but the odds of it are much less likely versus the green and the red boxes, right? Very simple. And that's pretty much it for the EliteAlgo settings. It's, again, super simple to use every setting on here. I highly recommend that you take a methodical approach to these settings. Do not go and turn everything on if you don't plan on using it or trading a specific way. This is very important. Now, what you can do after this is simply just go watch our strategy videos, then pick one of these videos and then follow that specific strategy and then trade with that. And I guarantee you guys will be profitable. Now do you understand every single feature available inside EliteAlgo? Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Have yourselves a good day. And if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments below. Or again, just message one of the admins in the Discord server. Thank you. Have a good day.